right. So this is how you use the profit and loss sheet. So, like I always like to say, you want to be able to keep up with your expenses. You want to know your expenses versus what your profit really is. I've seen in the past where there are several businesses that are possibly making money, but they're not sure whether there's profit or loss. And that's a very bad place to be in. And so with this sheet, you will be able to tell, whether your business is profitable at the moment or whether your business is not profitable. And there's many things that could contribute to that. Now, if you have a boutique, you can use this for a boutique or any other business, but this Excel sheet specifically was created for boutiques. So the way it works is we're going to come here to the left. This is your tax bracket. You can use this in Georgia or any of the other states. All you would do is just come here and change this part out. You can get it from Google. Just type in tax bracket and then just copy and paste it here. This, just kind of shows you how much your taxes is, how much you owe versus how much you don't. And then it's also going to tell you what your profit is versus your loss. All right. So if we stroll over here, this is where all the calculations is taking place. So let's go here for example. Let's say you have some employees or contractors that you hired. You go ahead and put in that expense here. So let's say this is the first week. And let's just say you paid out $4,000 for your employees. All right. And let's just say you only have one store and your store generated $20,000, for example. All right, let's stroll over inventory purchase. Let's just say you purchase 12, let's just say $8,000 in inventory. All right. Now, the federal and the Georgia tax, you can just, whenever you get this sheet, you can change this to whatever state you're in. And the Fed is pretty much the same for the most part across the board. But I am not a financial guru or anything like that. But this is basically anything that anybody can look up online. It's public information as it relates to it. But you can change this to whatever state you're in. And typically the federal is always going to be the same, but you can look it up online and see what it is right now in 2024. So this is your tax bracket in Georgia. The first $12,400 is not taxable. And then, well, I'm sorry, that's the federal. And then this is the Georgia bracket down here at the bottom. So anyway, this part you don't have to pay a whole lot of attention to. And I can do another video for this, but specifically this is just for your expenses. All right, so let's just assume you know how to do this part. We'll do another video on this part, but let's get back to the expenses versus the profit. So we just put in our profit and our expenses. All right, and sales taxes is something you're going to have to pay if you have an online business in Georgia and most likely any other state once you meet a certain bracket and your customer have purchased a certain amount from you in that particular calendar year. You will have to pay taxes on it. That's a whole nother video, but let's just put that down as an expense. And sales tax is just simply like, for example, when you go to the store, the grocery store, it costs $1, but you pay $1.04 because it's 4% sales tax, which is going to go straight to the state. All right. So let's just say in this case, it was $500 that you ended up owing in sales taxes that month. And then this is, like I said before, this is your regular taxes that you just pay yearly that you're used to paying whenever you work the job. But in this particular situation, it would be a business. All right. But we're not going to spend a lot of time on this part because this part will be a whole nother video. and you really don't have to fill this part in. The more important thing is the expenses versus the loss. All right, and this little part here is just kind of like a bonus that you can have all of, you can have everything, including your taxes here, and have a, pretty much a good idea of what you owe on that. But again, we're going to skip over that part for now, and let's just stick with the profit and loss. So we got packing, mailing. So let's just say you spend $1,000 on your packaging, your mailers that you put everything in and things like that, your tape, all of that material, you can put that there. Let's just say that's $1,000. And then postage delivery costs. So that's for your labels that you have to purchase through USPS, UPS, DHL, whatever you're using on that. So let's just say that was let's say that's $1,000, and let's say this is $500. But you would keep up with your expenses. I would say it'd be a great idea to go ahead and open up a bank account in your business name. Okay. Very good idea. So you'll be able to keep up with all of your expenses very easily, and don't use your business account for personal transactions, and it'll make it so easy. You can just go and just calculate the total of expenses through your bank, and then you can just plug those things in here. Okay. All right. And all right, so miscellaneous, you can put that there. Don't worry about gas. Advertising, let's just say you spent $500 on that, and if you got Shopify fees or whatever, wherever you have your e-commerce that you're using to process payments, you can just put that name there. All right, and we'll just say you paid $200 out, 1%, 2%, whatever that is. Okay, so once you do that, it's going to add it up. So it says your total income is $20,000. And again, if we go here, $20,000 was the total income that came in. All right, and then it says your minus the expenses. So the expenses is all of these things were automatically added up when you plug these numbers in. So $6,300, your sales tax $500, which we have here. So added it here. Profit after expense is $13,200. Taxes is $4,100. Profit after expense and taxes $8,600. Miles. Now, if you put your miles down, there's a certain percentage that you get a deduction on. So in Georgia, it's 25%. I'm sorry, not Georgia, but the federal. So right now at the time, I think it's 25%. But you can change it if that's not what it is. You can change it. But it's calculating that here, $1,250. All right, and then your employees' expenses shows here. The only reason that's there is so you can show the employee deduction, which is $1,000, and then tax owed is $3,087.50. And then the profit after tax owed is going to be $9,100. So basically, you made profit of $9,100. This is very good to have, again, because it's going to let you know what your taxes is. What your taxes is, what your profit is versus what your losses is, so that you know whether your business is profitable or not. And this helps you to be able to scale up when you have all of these ducks in the row. Otherwise, it can become quite a mess, and we've all been there before. And this is going to help you get past that stage with this Excel sheet. All right, so that's it for that. If you want this particular Excel sheet, just click the link at the bottom, tell us what to send it to, and we'll get that to you completely free. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us. That information, again, will be below the video. Thank you so very much, and have a wonderful day.